wolf, also known as the gray wolf, timber wolf, or tundra wolf, is a canine native to the wilderness and remote regions of Eurasia and North America. It is the largest extant member of its family, with males averaging 95 to 99 pounds and females averaging 79 to 85 pounds. It is distinguished from other Canis species by its larger size and less pointed features, particularly on the ears and muzzle. Its winter fur is long and bushy and predominantly a mottled gray in color, although nearly pure white and brown to black also occur. The global gray wolf population is estimated to be 300,000. The gray wolf is one of the world's best known and most researched animals, with probably more books written about it than any other wild species. It has a long history of association with humans, having been despised and hunted in most pastoral communities because of its attacks on livestock, while conversely being respected in some agrarian and hunter-gatherer societies. Although the fear of wolves is pervasive in many human societies, the majority of recorded attacks on people have been attributed to animals suffering from rabies. Non-rabid wolves have attacked and killed people, mainly children, but this is rare as wolves are relatively few, live away from people, and have developed a fear of humans from hunters and shepherds. Here in Mongolia's Hustai National Park, the wolf population fluctuates yearly, largely as a function of illegal poaching. For example, the wolf population of 2018 plummeted from 52 individuals to 14 in 2019. However, for now, let's simply enjoy this mother wolf and her 5 pups for a bit as they frolic with one another on an early summer morning. The red deer is a common prey species of the wolf in Hustai National Park. It is the 4th largest deer species behind the moose, elk, and sambar deer. The red deer is a ruminant, eating its food in 2 stages and having an even number of toes on each hoof, such as camels, goats, and cattle do. Genetic evidence indicates the red deer, as traditionally defined, is a species group rather than a single species, although it remains disputed as to exactly how many species the group includes. The closely related and slightly larger American elk, or wapiti, native to North America and eastern parts of Asia, has been regarded in the past as a subspecies of red deer, but recently it has been established as a distinct species. It is probable that the ancestor of all red deer, including wapiti, originated in Central Asia and resembled sika deer. Here we have an interesting potential predatory situation developing. The 3 female red deer seen on the upper right-hand corner are in the presence of a wolf. See if you can spot the wolf. There it is, towards the upper left-hand corner. It seems that our mother wolf regards the 3 adult female red deer as a bit much to take on by herself right now. Maybe she can try later when the rest of the adult wolf pack returns from their morning of hunting. Weighing up to 18 pounds, the large rodent known as the Siberian marmot is a common and important prey of the wolves of Mongolia. Marmots are found in open grassland areas of all types of steppe in western, central, and eastern Mongolia. Family groups consisting of a dominant pair and offspring of different ages live in a burrow where they hibernate between October, March, and April. They feed on various grasses, sedges, and herbs. Another significant prey species of the gray wolf in Hustai National Park is the Mongolian gazelle, also known as the white gazelle and sometimes the white-tailed gazelle. The Mongolian gazelle is still one of the most numerous large animals in the world, with the total population estimated at around 1.5 million individuals, but roughly 100,000 are killed each year. The young Mongolian gazelle seen here appears to be favoring its left rear leg. It is individuals such as this, the injured or weak, that are often eliminated from the population by the wolves. In this way, the wolves help to maintain a very healthy prey population within the park. The gray wolf is a highly adaptable species that is able to exist in a range of environments and which possesses a wide distribution across the whole Arctic. Studies of modern gray wolves have identified distinct subpopulations that live in close proximity to one another. This variation in subpopulations is closely linked to differences in habitat, precipitation, temperature, vegetation, and prey specialization. The gray wolf has very dense and fluffy winter fur, with short underfur and long, coarse guard hairs. Most of the underfur and some of the guard hairs are shed in the spring and grow back in the autumn period. The longest hairs occur on the back, particularly on the front quarters and neck. Especially long hairs are on the shoulders and almost form a crest on the upper part of the neck. The hairs on the cheeks are elongated and form tufts. The ears are covered in short hairs, which strongly project from the fur. Short, elastic, and closely adjacent hairs are present on the limbs from the elbows down to the calcaneal tendons. The winter fur is highly resistant to cold. Wolves in northern climates can rest comfortably in open areas at minus 40 degrees Celsius by placing their muzzles between the rear legs and covering their faces with their tail. Wolf fur provides better insulation than dog fur and does not collect ice when warm breath is condensed against it. In warm climates, the fur is coarser and scarcer than in northern wolves. Female wolves tend to have smoother furred limbs than males and generally develop the smoothest overall coats as they age. Older wolves generally have more white hairs in the tip of the tail, along the nose, and on the forehead. The winter fur is retained longest in lactating females, though with some hair loss around their nipples. Hair length on the middle of the back is about 2.4 to 2.8 inches. Hair length on the guard hairs on the shoulders generally does not exceed 3.5 inches but can reach 4.3 to 5.1 inches. Coat color ranges from almost pure white through various shades of blonde, cream, and ochre to grays, browns, and blacks, with variation in fur color tending to increase in higher altitudes. Differences in coat color between sexes are largely absent, though females have redder tones. Black-colored wolves in North America inherited the KB allele responsible for melanism from past inbreeding with dogs, while the mutation was found to be naturally occurring in wolves from Iran. Black specimens are more common in North America than in Eurasia, with about half the wolves in Yellowstone Park being black. Hustai National Park is most famous for being the home of Przewalski's horse, which was reintroduced there in the early 1990s. This is another important species preyed upon by the wolf in Hustai National Park. Note that Przewalski's horse is the world's only remaining truly wild horse species. Globally, gray wolf diet is predominantly composed of large and medium-sized wild ungulates, with local population variations due to the mix of wild ungulates, smaller prey, and domestic species consumed. All terrestrial mammalian social predators feed predominantly on terrestrial herbivorous mammals that have a body mass similar to that of the combined mass of the social group members. The gray wolf generally specializes in preying on the vulnerable individuals of large prey, with packs of timber wolves capable of bringing down a 1,100-pound moose. Digestion only takes a few hours. Thus, wolves can feed several times in one day, making quick use of large quantities of meat. Though wolves primarily feed on medium to large-sized ungulates, they are not fussy eaters. Smaller-sized animals that may supplement the diet of wolves include marmots, hares, badgers, foxes, cats, weasels, ground squirrels, mice, hamsters, voles, and other rodents, as well as insectivores. Wolves frequently eat waterfowl and their eggs. When such foods are insufficient, they prey on lizards, snakes, frogs, rarely toads, and large insects as these become available. In times of scarcity, wolves readily eat carrion, visiting cattle burial grounds and slaughterhouses. Cannibalism is not uncommon in wolves. During harsh winters, packs often attack weak or injured wolves and may eat the bodies of dead pack members. The gray wolf is a social animal whose basic social unit consists of a mated pair accompanied by the pair's adult offspring. The average pack consists of a family of 5 to 11 animals, 1 to 2 adults, 3 to 6 juveniles, and 1 to 3 yearlings, or sometimes 2 or 3 such families, with exceptionally large packs consisting of up to 42 wolves being known. In ideal conditions, the mated pair produces pups every year, with such offspring typically staying in the pack for 10 to 54 months before dispersing. Triggers for dispersal include the onset of sexual maturity and competition within the pack for food. The distance traveled by dispersing wolves varies widely. Some stay in the vicinity of the parental group, while other individuals may travel great distances from their natal packs. A new pack is usually founded by an unrelated dispersing male and female, traveling together in search of an area devoid of other hostile packs. Wolf packs rarely adopt other wolves into their fold and typically kill them. In the rare cases where other wolves are adopted, the adoptee is almost invariably an immature animal, 1 to 3 years of age, unlikely to compete for breeding rights with the mated pair. In some cases, a lone wolf is adopted into a pack to replace a deceased breeder. During times of ungulate abundance, such as during migration and calving, different wolf packs may temporarily join forces. Studies of wolves' cortisol levels show that they rise significantly when a pack member dies, indicating the presence of stress. The gray pair is generally monogamous, with mated pairs usually remaining together for life. Upon the death of one mated wolf, pairs are quickly reestablished. Since males often predominate in any given wolf population, unpaired females are a rarity. If a dispersing male gray wolf is unable to establish a territory or find a mate, he mates with the daughters of already established breeding pairs from other packs. Such gray wolves are termed Casanova wolves, and, unlike males from established packs, they do not form pair bonds with the females they mate with. Some gray wolf packs may have multiple breeding females this way, as is the case in Yellowstone National Park. Gray wolves also practice alloparental care, in which a wolf pair may adopt the pup or pups of another. This might take place if the original parents die or are for some reason separated from them. The age of first breeding in gray wolves depends largely on environmental factors. When food is plentiful, or when wolf populations are heavily managed, wolves can rear pups at younger ages in order to better exploit abundant resources. This is further demonstrated by the fact that captive wolves have been known to breed as soon as they reach 9 to 10 months of age, while the youngest recorded breeding wolves in the wild were 2 years old. Females are capable of producing pups every year, with 1 litter annually being the average. Unlike the coyote, the gray wolf never reaches reproductive senescence. Estrus typically occurs in late winter, with older, multiparous females entering estrus 2 to 3 weeks earlier than younger females. During pregnancy, female wolves remain in a den located away from the peripheral zone of their territories, where violent encounters with other packs are more likely. Old females usually whelp in the den of the previous litter, while younger females typically den near their birthplace. The gestation period lasts 62 to 75 days, with pups usually being born in the summer period. Wolves bear relatively large pups in small litters compared to other canid species. The average litter consists of 5 to 6 pups, with litter sizes tending to increase in areas where prey is abundant, though exceptionally large litters of 14 to 17 pups occur only about 1% of the time. Pups are usually born in the spring, coinciding with a corresponding increase in prey populations. Pups are born blind and deaf, and are covered in short, soft grayish-brown fur. They weigh about 11 to 18 ounces at birth and begin to see after 9 to 12 days. The milk canines erupt after 1 month. Pups first leave the den after 3 weeks. At about 1.5 months of age, they are agile enough to flee from danger. Mother wolves do not leave the den for the first few weeks, relying on the fathers to provide food for them and their young. Pups begin to eat solid food at age of 3 to 4 weeks. Pups have a fast growth rate during their first 4 months of life. During this period, a pup's weight can increase nearly 30 times. Wolf pups begin play fighting at the age of 3 weeks, though unlike young coyotes and foxes, their bites are inhibited. Actual fights to establish hierarchy usually occur at 5 to 8 weeks of age. This is in contrast to young coyotes and foxes, which may begin fighting even before the onset of play behavior. By autumn, the pups are mature enough to accompany adults on hunts for large prey.